Greetings friends, neighbours, YouTubers and anyone called Gerald. My name is Paul Murphy. Yours might be as well, of course. What are the odds? Correct. Right, so if you're following these in numerical order, this is the one that comes between the one that preceded it and the one that this precedes. So this is me reading snippets from my book, A Christmas Carol. No, not that one, a different one. And I've got to cut down on the long intros to these, so we're going to go... but if you are following these in numerical order, I got so close to actually starting, so close. You could taste it, couldn't you? I did cut off stave 2. If you've seen the preceding video, you'll know why. But it just goes on like that for... So where it ends, where my son calls me, the rest of the chapter just goes on like that. It is just stretching one joke out, as you know, absurdo et reductum. Anyway, so we're skipping ahead now to page 36, which is Bob Scratchit feels Mr. Scrooge's ire. I have no idea if I'm going to... Sorry about the creaks and everything coming out. I'm not sure if it's the chair or me. Well, obviously I know this is me and this is the chair, but which one is making the I'm just about to give out and die. I can't see anything there with this. It'll do it there. I'm just about to give up and die. It could be... Is that for you? I think it's for me. That would be Google telling me that there's a storm going on and it's peeing down in rain, you know, because I don't have windows. Thank you, Google. That was 10pence well spent, wasn't it? Right, let's get on with this. This is a very short chapter, so it needed some padding in any case. You wouldn't believe what went through my mind when I said that. Hi, Mandy. Right, Bob Scratchit feels Mr. Scrooge's ire. Scratchit fell to his knees weeping. He put his hands into his misbegotten Y-fronts, so worn away they were now high fronts, and removed the rat, which made things slightly better for the rat, and fell back to his knees weeping louder because he landed on. Okay, so that van I saw going down was obviously a delivery driver. Did he actually want me to open the door, or is he just knocking? I'm going to have to go check. I am so sorry about this. Talk amongst yourselves. What is this here? No, they just like to leave things and then drive off. And I thought we meant something to each other. I always give him a tip, the tip being don't expect any money off of me. Right, let's get back on with it. You don't get this with other YouTubers, do you, eh? Where did we get to? Shall I go back to the start? I mean, it's only 2 and bit pages on this one, so let's do that. Bob Scratchit feels Mr. Scrooge's ire. Scratchit, shall I do it more amdram? Scratchit fell to his knees weeping. He put his hands into his misbegotten Y-fronts, so worn away they were now Y-fronts, and removed the rat, which made things slightly better for the rat. And he fell back to his knees, weeping louder, because he had landed on a nail. Also, he was getting good at it. Please, Mr. Scrooge, please, he pleaded, please don't stop my money. We have nothing to live on, and it will be 138 years before my universal credit claim is seen. Because it will not exist until then? No, that's a standard waiting time. Please, please, Mr. Scrooge, can you show us Christmas benevolence? My word, I'm already allowing you a day off with pay, and now you want a free rat as well? What is the world coming to? I blame the Liberals. You preferred the Tories? I preferred the Romans. They knew how to treat their employees. Up at dawn, good whipping, empty out the Roman baths with straws, refill the baths, warm the water by standing in it holding hot stones, and when the Romans had finished bathing, off to work, build a road, doesn't matter where it's to, so long as someone in the transport department is getting a kickback, 10 minutes lunch followed by a good whipping, back to work, build a wall to keep the Scots out, put Nicolina Sturgeonocle on it to keep everybody out, good whipping before knocking off time. When the Romans have finished knocking their wives off, they choose the ones who were moaning about their working conditions and put them in the arena. Then listen to the Romans moaning about all the repeats. Bloody lions again, saw that last week, not worth paying the BBC, or is it BAD now, fee. We've got Sky. What, satellite service? No, we look at the sky, much cheaper. And the variety, oh, different clouds all the time. We saw some cumulus last night, very naughty. Few more whippings and off to bed for 38-minute kit before they're starting again. You don't know how lucky you have it, Scratch It, and you try to abuse my generosity by blatant rat lifting. To be fair, the rat came to me, sir, and attached itself to me of its own free will. 'Tis fraudulent rat laundering, and I think he will need laundering, considering where he has been. Nonetheless, never let it be said that I am less than magnanimous. Oh, please don't mention mice. Magnanimous. Generous. Don't you know what it means? If it means generous, I'm not sure you do either. In the interest of Christmas kindness, Scratch It, I shall offer your eldest child an apprenticeship. He can start on Boxing Day. Oh my, what kindness. And I will start paying him on the completion of his apprenticeship. How long will we be talking here? Well, a standard apprenticeship is 5 years, add on 2 for generosity, and 1 for interest, so 9 years. Mr. Scrooge, isn't 5 plus 2 plus 1 actually 8? 10 years it is. Any more thoughts on the matter? None at all, Mr. Scrooge. Good. Now, let's get our work done, shall we? You have accounts to prepare, and I have orphans to evict. Can you not show a sign of goodwill, Mr. Scrooge, on this day? Well, it is Christmas Eve, I suppose. Care for a rat tail? No, thanks. They give me terrible wind. Or ratulence. I'm so funny. Tell you what, we'll call that joke your Christmas bonus. Share it with your family. Thank you, Mr. Scrooge. It will doubtless help us forget about the poverty, starvation and dysentery. Oh, I would not want to make you forget about your children. I messed that line up, but you got that. Mr. Scrooge, do you think that poverty, starvation and dysentery are the names of our children? Well, you're always going on about them whenever I ask you how you are. Oh yes, I never forget your birthday, Scratch It. You always say, oh, Mr. Scrooge, poverty, starvation and dysentery are part of our everyday lives. So I naturally assumed. Who on earth would call their child dysentery? Someone who's got a young squirt? I really do not know. By which, I mean I really do not care. Now, head down and back to work. Have you got Widow Thwackerstock's address? I want you to drop this note into her on your way home, Scratch It. Mr. Scrooge, I feel there is a spelling error. This says, payment overdue. Surely you mean overdue? I know what I mean. Also, her debt is so large, tell her I expect 3 closure. Don't you mean foreclosure? Not unless she's involved a 4th one, no. Okay, and that is it for that. So, that was short and brief, wasn't it? With the interruptions of the postal deliveries and God knows what else. Right, see you soon.